Hi, Nick Cardin, Vice President, General Manager, Point Hills Toyota. Today I'd like to talk to you about maybe unlocking some of the mystery of leasing and what are my options at the end of the lease. This is one of the most commonly asked questions. What are the options? And at Point Hills Toyota, we give you 5 options. I'm going to discuss them all in a little bit more detail here for you. But first off, at the end of the lease, most people just walk away from the lease at the end of the term and get another car. So easy option to go ahead and explore. You've made all your 36 payments on time. You've only paid for the part of the car you're using. At that point, just drop off the keys. You're free and clear. You've held up your end of the deal. There's no excessive mileage on the car. By the way, the excessive mileage charge on our leases is only 15 cents per mile, which is far less than it would be if you purchase the vehicle and the Kelley Blue Book or the value of the vehicle is taken away at up to 37 cents per mile for the excess of miles. So I'd take a 15-cent bet any day over a 37-cent bet if I bought the car off the hard-earned equity you thought you had. So first thing you can do is just walk away from it. That's the only time you need to be concerned, once again, with excessive miles, excessive wear and tear, or any damages to the vehicle is when you exercise the simple walk away option at the end of the term. Your second option is to buy the vehicle out. Well, what do I have to show for it? How do I buy the vehicle out? Well, to buy the vehicle on a purchase, if you'd bought the vehicle, your term would have been 5, 6, 7 years versus a 3-year lease. So remember, you're only paying for the part of the car you're using on a lease. So if you buy the vehicle out, what do I buy it out with? Very, very simple. Your payments oftentimes are over $100 less a month on a purchase times 3 years. That's $3,600 right there. And to get the same payment on a purchase versus a lease, you would have had to put down several $1,000s, if not more, depending on the cost of the vehicle. So you've got that money you didn't spend, you've got the monthly payments you didn't spend, so you could very easily buy the vehicle out at the end. A lot of people opt to finance the vehicle at the end of the term, and you just own the vehicle that you've only paid for part of the car. It's like buying a used car for yourself. People do it all the time. We call it a lease buyout. Another option you may not even thought of, most people don't realize, is that this is your vehicle. You paid for the part of the car you're using. There's a payoff on the vehicle, just like there would be on a purchase, but you're the lessee. You have control over the situation. If you want to sell the vehicle private party, you could do so. For example, every Saturday you're out there washing the car, cleaning the car. You have a neighbor who admires the vehicle every time he sees you out there doing it. You mentioned 2 months on a lease, and he says, hey, you know what? I'd like to buy that car out for me at the end of the lease. You could sell it to him. Whatever you sell it for on top of the payoff is your money. Toyotas have remarkable resale value. They're known for outstanding resale above and beyond most every single make manufacturer in the world. So you've got a car, in a lot of cases you have built-in equity at the end of the lease you aren't even aware of. So buy the car out at the end of the term and you could resell it to somebody else, pocket the difference. That's the third option. Trade the vehicle in. Most people don't think about that. I can trade the vehicle in? Absolutely. It's your car. You have total control over what you want to do with the vehicle. People come in all the time at the end of the lease. Give you an example. If somebody's at the end of their term, if you owed 0, you wouldn't want 0. The vehicle has a value. Oftentimes that value is in excess of the payoff on the vehicle. Toyota figures its residuals or the balance at the end very conservatively. So oftentimes you may be in an equity position. If you are at the end of the term, when you trade it in, we could either cut you a check back for the equity in it, use the equity to lower your monthly payment on the next lease or loan of your choice, or you could just sell us the vehicle altogether and pocket the difference if you don't need another car. So that's a great option a lot of people aren't even aware of. Thanks. Last option, do a 6-month extension. Most people don't even know about this one, but it's exclusively at Point Hills Toyota. You can do that. We'll tell you about it up front in detail, but here's how it works. You've made it all the way to the end of your 36 months. You've got a window of opportunity that you aren't even aware of where you could extend the lease out an additional 6 months until you decide what you want to do. That'll buy you some time until the next model comes out that you know coming. It'll buy you some time if your family needs or your business needs are changing. Regardless, you don't have to be faced with a decision right there at the end of the 36 months. You could make your 6 months of additional payments, and every time you make a payment, it even lowers the balance. Should you decide to buy the vehicle out, your money hasn't been wasted. It actually goes towards the depreciation on the car, lowering your payoff balance and giving you time to look at all of your options. So hopefully this takes some of the mystery out of leasing and what happens at the end of the term. Once again, to recap it, you can buy the car out if it turns out to be a winner and you absolutely love it. and refinance it. If you don't have the money, you can go and walk away from it. That's the only time you need to be concerned about any excessive miles or any excessive wear and tear. You could go ahead and do a 6-month extension, buy yourself some extra time to think about it. You can sell private party if you have a friend or neighbor, or just know the car's got some value in it. You could do so, or bring it back, trade it in. We'd love to have the vehicle, whatever it's worth on top of the payoff. I'll either cut you a check back for, or use to lower your next loan or your next lease payments accordingly. Thanks for watching.